Hey guys, Callsign Wolf from Redneck, Mayhem, Airsoft bringing you another review. This time on something that we all know and love. NM4, not the magazine, the actual gun. This is an ICS Transform-4, a unique design made specifically by ICS for ICS, specifically for this, obviously, airsoft gun. It's not based on a real gun, unlike something like, a 416 or a SCAR or MP5. It's an idea specifically made by ICS. Now, this gun comes in at $334, my bad, I was $1 off, and it comes in at about 400 FPS. For $300, you can get quite a selection of guns, so considering that this is an M4 that shoots 400, it's a positive. Now, the gun is full metal upper, lower, and handguard. The buffer tube is also metal, and it features an ambidextrous sling mount, ambidextrous charging handle, an enlarged trigger guard, and ambidextrous quick detach sling mounts. 2 on the stock, 2 on the rail system. It also comes in the package with 3 of these longer key mod segments. I have a short one on here because I like to show off how I have mine set up, so it'll give you guys an idea. Now, this isn't the finished build. I do have a PTS grip in the mail right now that is coming. So this isn't my finished build. I did have a different build, which was a DMR build featuring an E-clan, a PEC box, and an AFG. If I can figure out a way, I will put a little picture of it, like right here. As you can see, this has changed quite a bit. I had a Magpul motor grip on here, however, it took away a unique feature which really comes in handy on this gun and kind of disappointed me, so I chose to change it back, and I ended up selling my E-clan to someone who's going to Midwest, a Midwest op, so I decided to rebuild it as a not close quarters, but a run and gun engagement rifle rather than someone who sits on the back, in the back and picks people off at a distance. This build is specifically made for a rushing guy, someone who is on the front lines. Now, as far as attachments, I have it outfitted with a Noveske KX3, a 5.52 replica, and then Magpul replica sights. And for magazines, I am running, of course, these. Now, when you do get the gun brand new, it comes with a tan ICS high cap and tan ICS flip-up sights, neither of which I have because I've had this for over a year, and, well, I like to trade and sell things. So they have been replaced. So moving on to another unique feature of the ICS M4 series is the quick change gearbox. Not spring, gearbox. Now you press on this pin on the other side. I just pulled it out. It's a captive pin, and you pop open the receiver, and much like a gas blowback rifle or even a real AR-15, you pull the charging handle, and instead of a bolt, you get the upper gearbox. You can actually buy multiples of these in different FPSs and drop them into your gun. That allows you to have one gun for basically every engagement distance. Simply line back up the charging handle on the gearbox top, and she drops right back in. You drop this back on the lower, pin it back in, and she works fine. Going over rate of fire, this runs on 11.1. The wires are kind of a pain in the butt, and mine is slightly damaged, which, a side note, these do have yellow fuses when you get them, and the yellow fuse is rated for a 7.4 LiPo. The green fuses, which there is one included, is for an 11.1. If you use the 11.1, it will break and burn through the 7.4 fuse. So, rate of fire, this is semi-auto. This is full auto. And an interesting feature of these, which is the feature that I mentioned earlier about the Magpul grip, is when you put it back on safe, this means that your spring is going to last longer as well as your motor because it's not being under constant wear like with a normal AEG. So, for what you get, it's a very good gun. It is full metal, very durable metal, mind you, and it has a good weight to it. The motor grip is extremely comfortable, And the stock is actually a nice addition because it's kind of imitating that Magpul style, but the problem with the Magpul stocks is that they're a pain in the ass to get on and off of the buffer tube, especially with a battery. Well, with a gun, the battery goes in the buffer tube. This is definitely a pro. All you have to do is push this down and pull that off. Now, what I would rate the gun is probably a solid 8 out of 10. There is a little bit of the issue with the wires, but I feel that's only with mine, and therefore I'm not going to gripe too much about it. It does have the key mod, which means it's a kind of current-in platform, and it is M4, which means you can take M4 magazines. Another thing to keep in mind is that I will be comparing this to a GMP wire cutter. Hopefully I can get Spartan on here to do a review of his GMP wire cutter. Because that is mainly the reason I bought this. He bought that, and I decided I wanted a slim key mod style M4, and this is what I picked out. And overall, I am not disappointed in my purchase. Like I said, the FPS is around 400. I have chronoed it, and it came up 388 to 402, depending on where I chronoed it at. So it's a little bit inconsistent, but I think it was honestly the chronograph and not the gun. I would assume the different chronos are set up slightly different. It's a very versatile weapon. You're able to change out the gearbox, which definitely helps. And it's a top-tier gun as far as quality and as far as durability. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Callsign Wolf here at Redneck Mayhem Airsoft, and I hope you choose to stick around, and we'll have more reviews coming up. I don't know if I can talk the rest of the guys into doing reviews of their guns that they run. So with that, you guys take care, and I'll see you on the next one.